ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Twisted Koi. How are we doing out there, cupcakes, on this gloomy Sunday afternoon? And you, Bubbles Koi, I see you. Yes, go across, give Bubbles Koi, give him a like, give him a subscribe, drop him a comment, tell him the Twisted One saying, yeah, it will tickle him pink. And he is one of the only ones that has put regular updates of his Ground Show with a Difference fry, right from day dot to present day. And we've got everyone that's sent pictures in, we've got them. In fact, Bubbles, just send them to my email address. Anyway, yes, so that will be coming soon, because that will be judged by myself, the lesser spotted Ricardo, and the legend that is Mr. Alan Tate. So, yeah. Well, it's all go here at Twisted Towers at this moment in time, because my man Liam and Becky came down with the kids just so we can try and smash out the last of this wet work, as in the cement strengthening and putting up the second courses of blocks. So we're also going to be going through here today. One, because I just can't get the temperatures any lower. Hang on, let me put you up here a minute, because my shoulders hurting. There you are. Come back. There you are. Yeah. So the lowest I've managed to get this tank. There we go. Fuck's sakes, Vincent. The lowest I've managed to get the tank to is 13 degrees, and I'm going to have to say, well, that's enough. In fact, we'll take the gun out and we'll check the temperatures over there. The guys in the Tosai tank are looking sweet, but there will be a couple of them coming out of the Tosai tank and going into the IBC tank, and will be available if you want them. That is. So yeah, Liam's going to be taking a couple of little ones out of here, and I'm going to be moving some of the bigger ones out to the respective tanks out there to give the littler ones some space in there. And we are back down the farm tomorrow. Yeah, we are going to have a go at trying to get back to some kind of a normality in routine. So yeah, we will be back down the farm tomorrow, and fingers crossed we will be back there on Wednesday. So don't forget, look out for our usual live coming from the farm tomorrow afternoon. So fish aside, we've still got a little bit of hole filling to do in the bioreactor, but after today I'll have the last skin of block work up, all tied into the original block work, and I'll show you how I've done that in a minute, because you wouldn't believe that these blocks have been in over a week now and the muck is still green in that. I mean, it's easy to make a hole in it, which in some ways it is good for me for getting my ties in, but it just shows how wet things still really are. I mean, on the sideboard that connects to the fence, and that's another thing. I pulled that fence panel in, got it nice and flush. We dumped in about 3 mixer loads. 3? Was it 3 or 4 concrete loads we did yesterday or last night?
4 or 5?
Yeah, it was 4 or 5 concrete mixes we put in, and I'll bounce across the beam in a minute and I'll show you. But yeah, and I've come down this morning and the concrete's pushed the fucking fence back out to where it was, and I'm like, oh Jesus. But when I come down this morning and I lift the old tarp up, I was feeling really, really happy. Yeah, it's looking good and it's coming along great. And touch wood, 98% of the wet work should be done. And I say 98% because there is a discrepancy between the outside wall and the top wall of about that much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some ties in along there and then I'll put a ring of concrete that goes all the way around that connects everything together. So on that, let me spin you around. I'll catch you later with that one, Stubbsy, and we'll have a look. So the man, the myth, the legend, that is the Liam.
Hi guys.
He's back and he's been on the mixer, and as you can see, I've got this wall settling in nicely, and like I said, I've been putting the old magic fibres in the mortar for this lot. But as you can see, when we come round here, I got ties over each joint. I've still got to put one in here yet, and what I mean by that is I've got one of these ties, I've folded it in half, I then get the drill and I put a hole in there, but sometimes I don't need to because it's still wet. I can tap it in with a hammer, tap it in like that, and then that will tie this wall into that wall, as well as tying these together as we go up. So yeah, we've got last course to do along there, and then we'll fire in along there. I'll do the bottom couple first, and then we'll fire this lot in around there. Stack of blocks. What stack of blocks? Because they didn't half fucking settle that bit down for me, that's for sure. That is solid there now. But yeah, we got this lot in last night. I also picked up the wood to start making the framework for the window. So that's that. Water has now started to dissipate, whichever the one. I know Jim Bob from his what I'll do. He'll get me right on that one. But this is what I mean. There's a bit of a discrepancy of about, I'd say, half to 3/4 of an inch between the inner block and the outer block. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of woodwork frame in, and then I will put a concrete ring all the way round that will tie everything in. So when I put the next block in here, what I'll do is I'll put a tie in that bit, and then I'll put a tie in this bit, so when I put the concrete ring in, it will still tie everything in together nice and tight, if you know what I mean. And we like them tight, as you know. A little fucking snigger over there, look. I'm so. Ain't you lucky you weren't in swinging distance? I could see that left hook coming. That was like. But we've got blocks built all the way out, and literally, other than the initial 3 bags that I put in there, there is no mud in this side at all. It is literally all concrete and blocks all the way along. That down there is solid with concrete and blocks. So we're going to use the last of the sharp sand, and what I want to do is I want to get a little bit more down there, and I want to build this area up here with blocks and concrete to finish off that corner, and then what little bit is going to be left there will be filled with clay, packed down, rammed in, nice and tight.
Yes, tight, yeah.
So yeah, that's where we're at, and that's going to be, I'll tell you what, I've lost count the amount of come back. I've lost count the amount of cans of Red Bull have become fucking become backfilled, that's for certain. But yeah, that's where we're at. I was out here earlier when you lot were still sleeping, and Violet come out and she's like, Vince, don't do that, because I was bouncing on the fucking scaffold board. She went, what happens if that snaps? I said, then I'm fucked, ain't I? Bless her. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. And that's the plan of attack and the angle of dangle. See, as you can see, we've got one in there. We've got one in there. And once the blocks are in, they'll go one in there above the block and then one halfway up as well to then tie the concrete ring in. That's not staying there. It was just put there out of the way. But yeah, that's where we are at the moment. These boys and girls, apart from having dirty window, are doing absolutely splendificently. But there is a couple of these snow saggies that will be going across into the IBC tank, and there's going to be the odd, well, I say the odd one or two. There is two in here that will be coming out and be going over into the growing on tank in Long Block, and that is my two Kiyotsuris, the Ginrin and the normal. Snow Shizui. Part of the Snow Tiger program. But yeah, that's where we're at, and as always, I will come back to you in a bit. We'll try again. Phone was connected to the goddamn speaker, so you wouldn't have heard a fucking word I was saying. But as you can hear, it's so quiet. Shh. And then Becky opens her mouth. But strength from we have, I've still got a few more blocks to get in. I've got 2 to do here, and then that's that bit done, and then we can start thinking about bringing some soil in. But we're almost there. Almost there. Now, Liam's been used up the last of the concrete materials, so let me spin you around. So yeah, as you can see, I didn't put these blocks in because Liam was backwards and forwards with the concrete going down there, so I concentrated on this corner and going down that wall. We'll show you in a second, but everything is being tied in nice and cushy. Now this whole side, that is about maybe a block's depth from there, that whole side all the way along here, and a good chunk into there is all concrete and concrete blocks. Leaving a little bit of room so I can get rid of a little bit of clay down there. Then that's that job done. Then I've got to lower Susan into the pond because she likes doing the whack a bit. Get Susan to whack at the bottom, nice and level, so you know the bubble is in the centre all the way around. I know she can. But yeah, the pile of blocks are going down. I reckon I'll have I think there's about 8 blocks left by the time I'm finished, so that ain't too bad. But like I say, I've got this corner done down here now, all reinforced with ties and everything, because each joint gets 2 ties across it and then into the cement joint above the block on every single one all the way down. So hopefully I've got enough mix to get me all the way down to here, put a bit in the back of there to fill it that in, and then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. We're fucking done mostly with the wet work. Cement mixer can go back to Vince, so can the wheelbarrow, and then I'll just keep the mix pad from Pickle for the other little bits that's going to need doing around the top, because as you see we've got a gap on the top here, and then what I'll do is a drill hole in there, that'll go in there, and then we'll cement across the top all the way around just to tie it in nicely. So there we go. not much more to do.
But yeah, he was like,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he was here for the destruction, and he's been here for the final part of the construction, which means only one thing. It's done. It's done. I know I've slanted off the edges of the tops of the brickwork just to tie into the ties that are in the wall behind it. But yeah, Backfill City has pretty much been finished now. Only a couple of bags left and they'll go down the back. Liam's just whackering out the floor here for a minute. So yeah, let me spin you around. And yeah, hey, we got a pond. So yeah, the legend himself, who is going to sort out his fucking arse and then get his videos up.
I am, yes.
Yes, you are. But there we go. Double skin. All packed down with the soil here. And then we'll just put a little skim of sharp sand down. Bosh. And that is literally, there's not a bit of soil in sight down there. That is literally just concrete and concrete blocks. I've literally 2 minutes ago finished this wall. I tied it in there on that little corner there just to tidy it up a little bit, but it might look ugly, but it's gonna get cladded anyway. So no, we're actually toying with the idea of tiling the two fronts and then cladding the front of the long block and the back wall there in white cladding. But yeah, as you can see over in that corner is going absolutely nowhere, and then the last little bit of gap there will be filled with compacted clay. So yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits. Waistline's in, ready to be covered over when the grass goes in, and we're left with 11.5 blocks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. You know, if I wanted to be really anal, I could squeeze another block either side of that corner and a mix of concrete, but I don't think it'll need it. I'll get a load of clay in there, wham that down so it's tight, and then I'll just put a little skim over the top, bit like I've done here. I mean, you're never going to see this anyway, because when I put the capping stones on, this will get filled with muck. But yeah, we're done. Construction is complete. Just a little bit more and then all the dirty work's done. Thank fuck for that. So yeah, guys and girls, chuffed to bits. Whoa! And on top of that, I've now got to tidy up, and then I've got to bowl some fish up for Liam to take home. It's all go in it, so I won't be emptying that tank today, but we will do it one day during the week. All right, so I'll pick you back up shortly. Well, my little popsicles, that's Becky, Liam and the kids have gone. I mean, that man is an absolute legend. Absolute legend. Well, I've had a good old tidy up. Fish have been fed. He didn't take his fish today. He just said it gives me an excuse to come down in a couple of weeks' time. Fair enough. But yeah, oh, what a weekend. What a weekend. And what a stage to be at. We are now at that stage where I can just put last of the backfill in, which will get rid of the last of the bags out of the back. So there's 16 bags of soil left. I'll lose that in the wall, and I'll lose it over on the slope here. We'll have to get another ton bag of sharp sand, one for laying the slabs on, and two to get the level in on the grass area before we get the grass put in. But I tell you what, I am absolutely buzzing. Let me spin you around. Fish are doing great, having a munch. But yeah, just that little area there to put clay into. So yeah, we have doubled the wall and every block has been pinned in with ties, and every bit of muck that laid this outer wall and the concrete that went in that corner and right the way along there. I mean, there is not a lot of room there left to put clay into, but I will, just to finish it off, and then like this I'll put a little ring of muck all the way around the back just to get it all in nice and level. But like I say, I've had a good old clean and a tidy up. So, and once the mixer's out of the way, it's still at a height where I can still see the window on the tow side tank as well. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, there we go, guys. The last of the building work. I know there's a little bit backfill to finish, but and on a whole, that is it. And we've got 11.5 blocks left. Still got to make a little base for the drum, which will be going in here. So I will still lose a couple of blocks there, but we are cracking along something wicked. So yeah, super excited now. Now I've got to get in there with the tape. I'm not going to do it tonight because I'm fucking knackered. In fact, let me move that shoulder. Yeah, not going to be done tonight, but over the next day or so. In fact, what I might do is I might take some measurements later and get the lesser spotted Ricardo to do me a calculation tomorrow. I mean, usually I just ring up Paul and say, Paul, I need to work out this, and he does it on the spot. So yeah, I'm going to be bombarding Ricardo tomorrow. But on that note, guys and girls, I am going to put you down because I want to go and sit down and chill, do nothing for a good couple of hours. As always, guys and girls, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, all that bajazzle. I've been Twisted Croy. You lot out there, you know you're great, and we will see you tomorrow at the farm.
That's all, cupcakes.